Oh, are we live? Hello. Yes, I'm putting some trendy pain oil in my infected ear to see if it helps. I'm sure it will. I have total faith in my pain oil. How are you guys doing? I've been busy doing stuff, working, cleaning, making things nice, making things better. Yes, yes. Having a good time. Yes. Um, Planting seeds today. I got a lot of seeds planted. I'm going to tell you what I put in the ground. Hey, Debbie. Um, what did I put in the ground? You might be asking. Hey, Karsten. Carrots yesterday, and then beets, and oh yeah, a bunch of spices and seasons, mustard and oregano and basil and kinds of stuff like that. And then I put in chives, and then I put in a whole row after the beets. I think I put a whole row of those carrots, beets. Oh, romaine lettuce. Okay, and then after the row of romaine lettuce, it's half of a row of oh, I forgot what those fucking things are called. Radishes, half a row of radishes, and next to it half a row of broccoli. And then after that, a whole row of cucumber. Hey, CT. Hey, Roland. Hey, Steve. Valerie. Not vegetables. Oh, lots of flowers. Yeah, I got to put flowers in. I've got flowers already naturally growing out there from last year, from 2 years ago. They produce their own seeds, and then the seeds fall on the ground. Then when it rains, they start growing again. So I've got these beautiful orange flowers at every corner of my garden to bring the pollinators in. I just love it. And hey, Steve. Hey, Valerie. And I worked on my cameras today, and you can see I finally fixed my fucking camera. It's been driving me crazy forever, and it's finally working. So there it is, up there in the corner. I'm so happy about that. And uh, what else did I do? Oh, I killed the sound from the waterfall, man. I built a box for the top of it. I figured I'd build a box, and just put a box over the top. And then I just start stacking these 4x4s around it, and I just made a box out of 4x4s. And man, you cannot hear the motor from the other side. From when you sit there and you watch the waterfall, you can't hear the motor. Hey, Shelly. Watermelons. Oh, I got watermelons going. I got watermelons going in my indoor. Well, not my indoor, but it's where is that? Oh, not indoor. I'm trying to say my greenhouse. I planted a few watermelons, but I'm gonna have to put some more watermelons outside, and I'm gonna plant. That's what I want to plant outside now. Green peppers and watermelons. I've got 3 rows left. I think one of them is all gonna be green peppers, and one row might all be watermelon, and then I've got 1 row left to figure out what I'm gonna throw in that last row. I think I'm gonna do paste tomatoes or both paste and Romas. I love Roma tomatoes. So I'm really excited about all that. Okay, Karsten, send it to me on Twitter. Tweet it to me. Hey, Karsten, tweet it at me, buddy. Instead of messaging it to me, put it on Twitter. Tweet it at Trendy As Dabbers, okay? Will you do that for me? That way everybody can see it. Hey! Oh! Oh! Spit a little fucking kefefe here. Hey, I spilled a little kefefe. Nothing to worry about. Shut up, you, with your coffee spilling, you. Roland's like, can't go wrong with aroma. I got beefsteaks, man. I got cherry tomatoes. I'm Roma's paste. I'm doing everything. You know what? If there's one thing I can't stand, it's when you put your garden in and then you realize after the vegetables are coming through that you didn't plant enough or you didn't plant the vegetables that you wanted. And I remember last year when I had one fucking green pepper plant, well, really 2 green pepper plants 2 years ago, sprouted, but they barely produced any green peppers, man. And I'm like, not this year, man. This year, I'm fucking doing green pepper, green pepper, green pepper, green pepper, a whole row of them. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to have a ton of green pepper trees. Hey, Allie. I got to take my shoes off and calm the fuck down. Oh, boy. Anybody want to join me? Go ahead, remove your shoes. If you have shoes on, you got them on nice and tight. I'm telling you, taking your shoes and your socks off, oh, man, it'll make it feel so good. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a great way to relax. That and smoking a little cannabis, watch a little Trendy As Dabbers. What a great way to relax. I was a chef for 13 years, Nate. Lol, you got me going. I was a chef for 13 years, Nay. Lol, you got me going, lol. I don't roll and I don't understand what you're trying to say. Okay. Explain it to me what you're trying to say. All right. Bong Lover on Cannabis Dude 666. Yo, again, time for smoke. Yes. A time for smoke with the people you love to smoke with. Having a problem with one of my cameras. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. This camera right here, the one that shows the greenhouse, yeah, it shows up on my computer. I see the IP address. I can see the camera and I can pull it up. But it won't pull up on my camera software, on my monitoring software. I can't figure out why. It is the weirdest thing. I've got another camera, the same type of camera, same brand and everything, that runs. It's working. It's the one in the grow room. But this one doesn't work for some reason, and I don't know why. It's driving me fucking crazy. These are the kinds of things you got to figure out on your own, you know, and they drive you crazy because there's nobody else who can help you with this kind of shit. All right. No law regard. How's your day so far, Allie? It's going beautiful. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. Cheers, everybody. Hey, David C. Baker Jr. What's up, buddy? Well, if I was going to smoke something and really get torqued, get worked up, I think it would be Pineapple Express. So I'm going to switch over to that and see if I can inspire a mood or an attitude. Let's just see what happens. Here's a nice big fucking Pineapple Express, bud. Look at that thing, man. Psh. Oh, yeah. Sapper. Okay. Okay. Edward, hey, what's up, buddy? Got your address. I'll be sending you and Allie out some oil. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tis for all. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Bernadette. Valerie, Bernadette, Valerie, Scuba Steve, Eve. Do you grow your own cannabis? Yes, I do, Scuba Steve. That's it. That's my cannabis growing right there, buddy. Live. You can literally see my cannabis growing. Yeah, Jeffy, man, newts are for people who don't know how to grow. Newts are for suckers. Are you a sucker, Jeffy? I turn it on all social media platforms. What, do you pay money for those newts, bro? Paying money for that stuff? Sucker. How much do those plants yield? I can get about 4 pounds on a tree on average. Newts are for noobs. That's why they're called newts. Newts are for noobs. I fucking love it. Oh. So I'm digging the Pineapple Express. I think I'm going to stick with that. You. I like to say you. Looks like it's legal in your state. Yeah, it's legal here. I'm in California. Scuba Steve Eve, let me give you a little advice. It's the best advice you're going to hear all day. Move the fuck out of your state to a state where it's legal to grow cannabis and start growing your own. I can't tell you to break the law. I would love to sit here and tell you to just stay where you live and just break the law and say fuck them. But, you know, the best advice I can give you is move the fuck out of whatever state you're in, move to a legal state, and start reaping the benefits, the rewards, the satisfaction, and the happiness that all comes along with growing cannabis, man. You know, you're just spinning your wheels and wasting your time wherever the fuck you are. And I would love to see you move the fuck, just bust the fuck out of wherever the fucking chains that are holding you down and get the fuck out of that shit state you live in and move to a state that's deserving your tax dollars. Like California deserves my tax dollars because they allow me to grow cannabis here. Yeah, I would like not to go to prison. I agree with you. That's why I'm sending you to another state, Scuba Steve Eve. All right? Yo, Jinmin, what's up, son? Jinmin, you come to almost every show. You know that? I really, really, really appreciate you, Jinmin, specifically you. I want you to know that I notice that you come to almost every show. Laughing my ass off. It was an impromptu grow using soil in 5-gallon buckets. Just hit them once a week to give them an extra. So it's a hydroform at this time going, so it's a learning experience. Right on, Jeffy. I'm just fucking with you. I use newts too sometimes. I think I might be moving to Oklahoma soon. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and we watch the hawk making lazy circles in the sky. I don't know what the words are. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. So when you say, You're only saying, you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. I want to relocate to Cali. Yeah, you can relocate right here to my house, Allie. Hi, Nay and Chinese. Why don't you just get in your car and drive here? See you in Cali then. Gonna be a long haul from Indiana. They just recently allowed us to purchase alcohol on a Sunday. Yeah, well, fuck alcohol. You don't need that anyway, Scuba Steve. That's one thing they were right about. You shouldn't be drinking that garbage anyway. It's pure poison. I decided to smoke some weed last night, and that wasn't good. I was tripping out. I honestly thought my bed was in my life. Never again. Valerie, yeah, let's not call it weed on my live stream. Let's call it cannabis, okay? Listen to what Edward Haynes said. It's cannabis, Valerie. It's cannabis. All right? Whether you smoke it or not, let's call it cannabis, okay? Okay? Okay. Some of us respect it. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabisism, tisms for all. Cheers, everybody. Oh, look, there's Rogan. What's she doing, silly? Yeah, Scuba Stevie. Fuck your alcohol and fuck you. How about ganja? Cannabis? I have always been. Yeah, Jeffy, let's call it cannabis. This ganja is not the correct word. Cannabis. Call it cannabis. We don't have sound on our end. No sound. Lee Hudson. Huh. I think that's a problem on your end. Applying to Carson Miller, fine. Access for all legalization of all the names. David C. Baker. Cannabis. It's, hey man, it's growth. It's growth, Steve. You know? It's no questions asked. Please refer to the most healing plant on earth. It's due respect. Cannabis 100%. It came back. That was weird. Good, Herman. I'm glad you got your sound back. I love cannabis. Cannabis literally single-handedly saved my life. Let's go back to what you said, though, is that you feel a little sadness around not calling it ganja because that's what you like calling it, and why call it cannabis? I think that's a great question, man, and I think a lot of people should ask that question more often in here. You know? And I'll tell you why. If you and I were hanging out together and I said, yo, I got some ganja, you want to chill? Smoke some ganja? What would you say to me? Yeah. You'd say, yeah, let's smoke. Okay. That's almost 99% of the time. If I say I got some ganja, you're going to say, yeah, let's smoke some. That's the end of the conversation. Now, let's change that up a little bit. Let's say you and I are hanging out, and I say to you, hey, you want to smoke some really good cannabis? What would you say to me? Would you say, yeah? Or would you say, why do you call it that? Why not call it ganja like you just did? What did we do? We started a conversation, and now we're talking about it. That's what happens when you call it cannabis. It won't happen when you call it ganja. It will happen when you call it cannabis. Someone's going to ask you why. They're going to want to know why. And that, my friend, that is an open doorway that all of us can walk through. Because we all now understand the history of cannabis. We understand why it was banned. And we understand why it's going to result in us all, no human being or other animal, even being alive, on the planet in 2178. And it's all because of in 1937 they banned cannabis. And that allowed oil and coal and all the things that pollute this planet to kill us and to heat up the planet and kill us. It's too late. We've already done it. But that's why we call it cannabis, is so people can understand it and at least learn, hey man, you know, when death comes knocking on your door, you want to know who he is. You know, you want to see his face. And I don't want to catch it in the back. You know, I don't want to catch a knife in the back. And this is what I'm offering all of you. I'm offering all of your fates to face to face, instead of catching a knife in the back one day when you least expect it. And this way you can be more prepared, and this way you can really live your lives now instead of waiting for heaven that will never happen. It's weird to hear me say the word ganja. Let's do it. Call it what it is. I named my daughter once Mary Jane in German. I was myself indoctrinated. Right? A lot of people name their daughters Mary Jane. They don't realize. They don't realize that the real history of that word, that the man who invented that word is a man that you would literally cut his throat. If I put you in a room with him, if I give you a time machine and a razor blade, and I said, I'm going to send you back to the day that William Randolph Hearst decided to attack cannabis with his newspapers, I'm going to give you a razor blade, and you have the ability to slice his throat. I don't know a single person in my life who wouldn't do it, and wouldn't do it just like that. Oh no, I wouldn't slice William Randolph Hearst's throat. Really? You wouldn't? You wouldn't? The single man responsible for the word marijuana, the man who got cannabis shunned and banned from the world, resulting in millions of people's misery and deaths, you wouldn't go slice his throat? Who wouldn't do it? Tell me why you wouldn't do it. I mean, you tell me you could go back and you could do it Adolf Hitler, you could do Pol Pot, you could do Mao Zedong, you could do, name anybody who's murdered millions or if not more people. And I'd say, sure, yeah. Imagine what the world would be like with all of those different people here today that their families were murdered and erased throughout history. If we could go back, sure, why not? Hey, why not William Randolph Hearst? He's an evil son of a bitch. He's a cunt. And he deserves to have his throat sliced. I would do it. I don't know anybody who wouldn't do it. Imagine everyone today having access to cannabis. There being more people on the planet, certainly. But there being a lot more enlightened people on the planet. People who were killed for their ideas. Intelligent people who were murdered for their ideas and persecuted for their thoughts. Those people would still be with us today. I don't know. You tell me. Flight of fancy. It's an aside. Sometimes I like to digress. Of course, that's a flight of fancy. And, I very rarely will indulge a rabbit hole. But hey, man, it takes a little bit of pressure off the back of my fucking shoulders when I do. It does. It's like when I watch Dexter. It takes a little pressure off my back. It's like when I'm outside gardening. It takes a little pressure off my back. It does. It takes a lot of pressure off. When I'm laying with my dog. Where is he? Over there. I'm laying with my baby boy. He's on the floor over here. When I'm laying with my baby boy, and I'm just chillaxing with Rogan, and I'm just, and he's just looking at me, and we're just sitting there, and I'm just loving on him. All that makes me feel so much better. Imagine if everyone had access. What kind of knowledge would we have? What would society be like today without all those fucking pigs locking people like me and you up in prison because we use cannabis since 1937? What would the world be like if we weren't oppressed? Well, we could start working towards it right now. No law regarding cannabis. William Randolph Hearst is a little bitch. The word marijuana is a fucking piece of shit, and you're a cunt if you continue to use the word marijuana. You're a cunt. Stop. All right, now you know the history of it. You know. Okay? The man whose throat you would slice, you're going to use his word? You know, you might as well fucking put a goddamn swastika on your arm and march around. Because that's what you're doing every time you say marijuana, marijuana, marijuana. You're a fucking cunt. I'd spit on you. You're a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, man. Fucking, I'm telling you, I was expecting this from the Pineapple Express, and it's a real pick-me-up. You know, maybe that and the little bit of caffeinated coffee I've been sipping, the cold coffee from this morning's show. Oh, I'm feeling it, baby. You know, if you're not capable of understanding where I'm coming from, I don't have time for you. So piss off. All right, let's smoke some more of this rocket fuel. I'm saying Pineapple Express to the moon, baby! To the moon! Oh, yeah, well, why don't I just show you that picture, bro? I'll show you that picture, bro. Why don't I just show you that picture, bro? Ba-bow, 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 bow, ba-bow, ba-bow. Oh, that's when he's getting all fat and pudgy. No, let's go way back. We're going way back. How far are you going back? We're going way back. As it goes a little something like this. Hit it. You guys ready? Pow. Whoa, that's my little baby boy. Look at the little baby when I got the little baby boy. That was my little baby boy when I got my little baby boy. The little baby. He had blue eyes. He was so cute. He was my baby boy. He was my little puppy baby boy. Trump 2020 sweatshirt? No. Do I seem like the kind of person that would... Let me ask you a question, though, seriously. Just out of sheer reasoning. Scuba Steve Eve. Do I seem like the kind of person that would back Donald Trump? To you? Let's get rid of that. Don't you start complaining. Hard to tell, really. Huh? What? Really? That's really interesting. Here, I'm having problems here with my computer. Let me turn off a couple of these cameras. I want to get into that a little bit. Hey, get the fuck away from me. Cat starts fucking meowing and walking around in this fucking chair. Oh, I will fuck his day up. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. You know what? You've been here for about a half hour, right? So you've been watching me for a half hour. And in all the things that we've discussed so far, you think that I could possibly be a Trump supporter? What are you, what Leviathan? Are you some kind of a 5G expert or something? Are you a scientist? Did you help design the technology? Are you aware of what went into it and its effects on the human psyche and physiology? Are you aware of all of that stuff? Dude, I didn't beat my cat. I took a fucking can with, and that makes sense, what you said. I took a can with fucking screws in it. I shook it really loud. That's what I did. I didn't beat my fucking cat. But you know what? It makes sense that you said that. Yeah, you seem like the kind of person that would beat his animals. That seems like a Trump supporter. I agree. An angry person that would beat their fucking pets. That would be a Trump supporter. Not me, dude. Not me. You know, I had to scold my dog a couple times, and I had to hit him a couple times. I had to slap him a couple times. I hated to do it every time I did it. This fucking breed of dog is so hard to control. It's like they literally just want to do the opposite of everything that you tell them. They don't like being told what to do. And, you know, there were times when he nipped me or growled at me, whatever, and I had to slap him, or that he got too aggressive with, you know. It doesn't happen all the time. And when it does, it's like, I fucking hate. I'll give him a little pat on the butt, you know, and you scream at him. And he puts, you know, his ears down and he goes like that. And he knows. You like to debate things? Well, let me give you some advice, Leviathan. There's nothing wrong with debating things. Don't debate something you don't know anything about, okay? That's a fucking rabbit hole, bro. Don't go down rabbit holes. Sounds like what my parents used to do to me actually worked out well. Let me tell you something. My father used to hit me, and it wasn't an abuse type thing. It was for punishment. But I never wanted to have kids and have to try to figure out how to fucking deal with children. You know, that's how he did it. And I don't think that was the best way to do it. So yeah, I caught the belt a few times. I caught the back of his fucking hand too. I got knocked out once too. So, how do you learn about things if you don't debate new things? Debating isn't how you learn about something, Levi. Debating is not how you learn about something. You learn by listening, bro. You learn by educating yourself. You don't learn by debating. Once you learn something and you know you're right about it, then you go debate someone to convince them of what you've already learned. Do you understand the difference, Leviathan? That's pretty straightforward. I think you got it. You got it totally backwards. No. That's no. Debating someone is no way to learn. That's not a way to learn. When you're debating someone, you're disagreeing with what they're telling you. How are you learning? Your job to debate is to disagree with everything they say and prove your point. Do you understand the difference? You're using the wrong word, bro. You know, if you want to learn, debating is not how you do it. Right, what Ali said. If you're debating something, you should be an expert in it, trying to convince somebody of your point. Let us know. I think everyone here understands. I think everybody here understands. Do you grow your own food? I grow some of my own food, not enough of it. I store food. I'm a prepper. I bought large bags of rice and I've got them in storage. Just like to hear people different opinions to help formulate my own. You like to hear other people. Listen, Leviathan, you shut up. You sit down. When you want your opinion, I'll give you your fucking opinion. Otherwise, you shut up, yo. Yo, shut up. I'll give you your fucking opinion, yo. You shut up. You know, debating isn't learning. And if you're debating something that you don't understand, you're really doing a disservice to debating. Because you're, like I said, you don't know anything about fucking 5G. You're no fucking expert in it. Why don't you go learn about it? Go study it. Have there been studies done on the effects of 5G on the human body? Go research those studies. Then you'll be an expert on it. Then you can go debate it. And don't go down rabbit holes trying to get your information. And don't use confirmation bias by typing in ill effects of 5G on humans, because that's bullshit. That's how you find someone that's just looking to feed you a bullshit study that's all lies and not a real study. Like, scientists believe from this study. When you see something like that, it's not a study. Yo, Ike-Man, what's up, Ike-Man? Do you own any guns? Yes, I own many guns, Scuba Stevie. Yes, and I support every single person watching this show who can do so to do that as well. Everyone should have enough guns for them and their neighbors. Eddie Bravo. It's a flat earth and they didn't land on the moon and 5G is frying our brain. And let me tell you something, okay? I've got the proof and I've got the evidence and I've seen it on YouTube, bro, okay? So I don't think you've gone down those rabbit holes like I have. Eddie Bravo, he's the best. Yes, lots of guns. A gun to give the neighbors or to shoot them. No, a gun for your neighbors so they can help you. You're supposed to be friends with your neighbors, not to shoot your neighbors. Don't shoot your neighbors. You know? Glock 45. Karsten, you German? Isn't that German? Glock? The Glock is German made, right? Oh, Austrian. My bad, Austrian. Very good gun. Very good gun. As long as you don't listen to Eddie Bravo, you're good. Happy 420, everybody. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, Iceman.